So I know this girl in my life, and she's let's just say she's a friend, or maybe to me she's like a younger sister, and as like an older brother, I have to scold her sometimes for the things she does, and give her a reality check. But that's besides the point. This video is actually for men, not for women, but this is a woman's perspective, and this is something that you guys will find probably very relatable, and maybe some of your questions are going to be answered, as in, why did this girl, she used to be into me but now she's not, or what's essentially asking the question, what's wrong with women today? And it's not even globally, this is mostly in the western side, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you another version of it's just the west, it's the media, it's none of that, but it is a combination of things. And a lot of things that we as guys suspect but don't actually have proof of, well, I actually have proof because I see the other side, because she shares those things with me, and sometimes I can guide her through them as the guy, or like this is the guy's perspective, right? But let's just jump right into it. So in general, and obviously, because of some of the details that I'm going to share, this girl's going to know who she is, so she probably will watch this video, but I think you need to hear this. But either way, let's jump right into this. So this girl, she's been raised, she's an East Asian, essentially, just from an Asian country. And she's lived in the West for probably a decade now, maybe 8, 9, 10 years. And this is somebody who is very culturally raised. So as a lot of us guys, we do understand that girls raised outside of the West, they're still very traditional. So this is someone who comes off as very, very traditional. But the scary part, the most detrimental things to women, what I found, is just existing in the West. Existing. You take a good girl from anywhere else in the world, you put her in the West, give her enough time, she will get ruined. By default. Passively. That's the scary part. She doesn't even have to do anything specific. Just existing here is a detriment, and it's very difficult to be aware of it. That's why whenever I'm with a girl or to my girlfriend, I would always say, be careful what you surround yourself with, what you consume, what you do on a daily basis, because before you know it, you're going to be a different person. And to get into more detail, so for example, this girl has a hard time, let's just say, staying attracted to the same guy. And no, this isn't a girl with a high body count or anything. This is not even the case. And I mean, I'll explain why later, or at least why I think from my experience, but just moving forward, this has happened a couple times now. Girl gets a boyfriend. The boyfriend, he's a 4. He's whatever. To not put numbers on it, it's just your average Joe. This is your average guy. He has a job, or maybe he's working towards something. He's in his 20s. Just a normal guy. Doesn't really work out, maybe sometimes. Not really fit, doesn't really make a lot of money. Nothing special, just your most average Joe. Actually, I'm just going to say guy. I don't know why we're throwing Joe under the bus here. Like, who is Joe even, right? But the thing is, on the other hand, this girl is also very average. Just your average girl. Now, we've all heard that girls in the West seem to, well, girls generally, they want a man who they think they can get, who is usually a little bit better than they are themselves. If you are opposed to this view, you can click off this video, because this is just the case, literally from personal experience as well as other men's experience. But the point is, we all know the girls in the West, bluntly putting it, if she's a 4, she wants a guy who's like an 11 out of 10, and she thinks she can get him, right? But to tailor this down to this story, let's imagine this. This girl, she is attracted, obviously, to the guy that's, let's say she'll go in the gym, and there's a super hot guy there that she thinks is attractive, muscular. She thinks she has a chance with him, but the guy doesn't even know she exists, right? Classic scenario. So she'll get with the guy that she can get. So let's say maybe she's scrolling online through Tinder, whatever, going on dates with the guys, but she will settle and become a boyfriend and girlfriend with the guy that's gonna go for her, and she'll go for him. But every single time what has happened is she becomes unattracted to him after about a month or two. Whether consciously or subconsciously, she just stops finding him attracted. And before you know it, she's thinking of how there's other hot guys out there and whatever. Now, for reference, this girl's in her late 20s, right? So, probably not. She's not 20. She's like in her late 20s. So you know what I'm saying. So the interesting thing is that she doesn't see what's happening, but as somebody that she shares a lot of this stuff with, I see what's happening. And the bottom line is, and why girls do this, why do you have a girlfriend and suddenly she kind of starts being cold towards you and you don't even know what's going on? She just kind of, I don't know, she's just cold towards you. She doesn't want to have sex with you as much anymore. She's not as attracted to you, and she's elsewhere. She's not clingy. If a girl is clingy, it's a good thing. It might be annoying, but it's a good sign. Girls are supposed to be clingy if they're really into you. That's normal. And everything that she says, in my mind, reads as she's not into him from day one. But she thinks she is. And eventually reality shows itself. So, yet again, the scenario comes up, right? Guy she's with, not really attracted anymore. And the biggest problem is a girl that's been raised properly but spends time in the West talking to people here, other women, socializing with other women, which is normal. You're obviously going to socialize. Consuming social media, watching Western shows is huge. In the Western shows, obviously a lot of the actors are attractive, whether it's a girl or a guy. And this video is targeted at, specifically about how women see things. I can make a separate video about how guys see things because we're also not that clean. Let's just put it that way. But in this case, you have your average girl. Just imagine your average girl. She looks and watches shows that display the guy with the chiseled jawline, guy with six-pack, guy that's 6 foot tall. Basically the type of man that is super rare. The type of man that every guy wants to be, but not many are that way. And this teaches her brain to be sexually attracted to that type of man, that archetype, the bad boy, the rich millionaire, the guy who's gonna, be fun in the bedroom, who's gonna really, do his thing, and at the same time be that romantic boyfriend, right? So how I see this girl chooses, and this is not just the one girl, I'm giving a live example. Why does the girl always pick a guy she's not attracted to? She thinks she's attracted to him, but she's not attracted to. So if you've ever been with a girl and she's not that close to you, she's not clingy, she's not up in your business, you kind of have to negotiate for some intimacy. I don't feel like it today, maybe tomorrow. Everybody's been there. Chances are she's just not attracted to you since the beginning. You were a safe option. And how I know this is because every time I watch this girl swiping, if she's swiping on Tinder, Bumble, whatever apps, she goes for the guys that are safe options. A safe option is a guy who's not intimidating. The archetype she likes, she's intimidated by that. That she wants that guy to walk up to her in the gym. She wants that guy to sweep her off her feet on the street. She wants to be approached by that type of guy and be with him and chase him. But if it's her choice, if she's swiping, if she's selecting, if she's even thinking of giving her number to someone, it's always the guy who is a safe choice. A safe choice is somebody who is easy to talk to, she's not intimidated, and if she's not even the slightest bit intimidated, it just means that she's not going to be that attracted. I know, it sounds weird. It's like, why does a girl have to be intimidated to be attracted? No, it just means she's not that guy in her fantasy. So she's not nervous around him. If she's not nervous around him, her pussy ain't getting wet, bluntly put. And why did I just say that? Anyway, let's move on. How many people are going to be who I know in my life are watching this? But whatever. That's what happens. And the funny thing is, they'll keep that guy around, but over time, she says the exact same line. I don't know. I just kind of don't. I don't know if I'm into him that much. What happened? I thought you were in love. Weren't you in love? This was the guy you thought you were gonna marry. You were gonna marry him last week. And I'm not saying, again, this isn't a girl who's a hoe. That's a different story. This is a girl who was raised right. Her mind got reprogrammed in the West by the environment. It's not a show. It's not a social media. It's not her friends. It's all of the above. Existing in the Western environment has reprogrammed her brain to be attracted to a guy she cannot be with. Her only option that she doesn't understand is to improve herself to such a level, hit the gym, get a minimum 8 out of 10 body. She needs to look better than most women. She needs to put on makeup. She needs to, go above and beyond to be noticed by a guy like that. She needs to be, everything those kind of guys want. So you see how that doesn't line up? Expectations versus reality. Her reality, she can pull a guy who is like this, but she wants a guy who's up here, right up here. It's not possible. That guy doesn't see her. And the guy who she can get, she can't be attracted to. She's not attracted to him. This is a female perspective. This is what I hear from her, and this is how I see it as the guy. And I always know in day one, based on how she talks about him, she doesn't like him. She might say, yeah, we've said I love you to each other. After 3 days? Are you kidding me? Oh, he's so blah, 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 this, and that. Okay. So, what does he do for work? I don't know, something like that. Okay. You haven't texted him much today? No. By the way, there was that one guy in the gym. I think he looked at me and he was kind of muscular. Alright, and you love your boyfriend? And there's a muscular guy at the gym. Why are we talking about that? So, for us guys out there, if your girl's cold, not even cold, if she's not clingy, she is not that into you. She will replace you. You're not her whole world. You're not her whole life. Even if she says it. I literally never, ever, ever go by what the girl says. Ever. It's just actions. Watch what she does. Just watch what she does. It's never her words. She says, I love this guy, but I see her talking about the guy at the gym. You don't love him. You don't. And in a couple months, you're going to not like him anymore. And in a couple more months, if you keep dating him, you're going to hate him. Because he doesn't fit your fantasy. And if you guys have girlfriends who are kind of like this, or you want to protect your girlfriends, well, look what circle she's part of. If she's part of your circle and your circle is proper, your circle isn't degenerate, good. She'll stay good. But if your girl's watching shows that are out there and she is on social media 24/7, she's trying to. It's just like us guys. We see all those girls. This is the biggest one with guys, is guys who watch corn. That shit, it's the same kind of story for guys, right? But this video isn't about that. But we're no better. But this is the girl's perspective, and do what you want with this information, pretty much. If you guys want to check out the link in the description, I have a community I'm building where I'm going to give you a lot of answers, and I can literally talk you through a lot of things, I think. Thanks for watching.